Hello and welcome to the Friday night episode of the Blitz Pickup. Tonight we're going to be talking about our offense. We're going to recap training camp, and then we need to talk about this defense and are they going to become a turnover machine? Listen, we had a fullback sighting in the end zone today, and I know you guys are looking forward to hear Tone and Lou go back and forth about that. So let's go ahead and get into this show.
Um, Vicinity, how you doing? Good evening, by the way.
Thank you. Good evening.
Um, can we do me a favor? Just one favor, please.
Uh-huh.
Can we put some respect on Kazmarek name? Don't call him a fullback anymore. No, 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 he's not allowed to be called a fullback anymore. I'm sorry. You know what? Let me stop and say for the show. See, Vicinity, you know how to push my buttons. I'm gonna save it for the show. But don't let you see his headline, right? Don't let this man bamboozle and hoodwink.
Do
You
you
know what
see
I'm
my
saying? You want to talk about it? See, Spencer, this is why I rock with you. I like the hat, by the way. Nice hat. I like the hat, by the way. Lou, Mister, anyone can catch that pass. Would you like to address her headline before we get into the show?
Um, I don't. Listen. I don't talk about fullbacks on this show. I think they're irrelevant, and I don't talk about fullbacks.
Talk
But
about the
but
headline. Somebody missed two free throws. That's all I'm asking you. We don't have to talk about fullback. Can we talk about somebody missing two free throws yesterday last night?
listen. Kobe Bryant has shot air balls in a game. Patrick Ewing missed a wide open layup. It happens
we
to all
talking
the
about free
greats.
throws, not shots. We talking
We
about
talk about free throws.
free,
Stick
free.
to the topic.
First of all, can I say hello? I mean, Tone, hey, Finsanity, how y'all doing? Can I
How
say
are you,
hello
sir?
first?
Great.
How are you, my good brother?
Hi.
All I'm saying is, listen, it happens to all the greats, right?
Mhm.
You know what I
You like
think. What I think is the best thing about it. She was accountable for her mistakes, and I think it'll make her a better basketball player all overall.
so
So,
you talk the bare minimum, just the bare minimum, just being accountable. That's that's all you need to do.
Listen.
Be
well,
accountable.
for the past 6 years, all we've talked about is accountability, and now y'all don't like the word.
No,
She
I
don't play for
love
the
it.
Dolphins. She don't play for the
But
Dolphins.
can we address the greats that has happened to? Are you talking about one Shaquille O'Neal? Because she looked like Shaq at the free throw line last night.
That
Just
would have sounded like that would have
Finsanity,
screamed like
don't
the
do
Knicks.
that. Don't do that, Finsanity. Don't do
That's a
that.
great point because maybe that's who we talking about, Percentage. Maybe
because
you
we
know
talking
what?
about LeBron. To be fair, because there's been times where LeBron has gone to the free throw line. See, I can hold my guy accountable, and they said he passed the ball because he didn't want that smoke at the free throw line. So you know it's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out. You know, we used to held this one individual that's been in the league in the NBA to a certain standard. And I remember my brother was on my same side. Can we see how they do it when it count? Can we wait till they win something? But I'm seeing individuals in big games when the other superstars are showing up. This one superstar haven't showed up for two games in a row. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Well, what about the other 20 something that she showed up in? What
What
about
about the eight
those?
turnovers? What are the eight turnovers she
What you
had?
doing, clutch?
What about the eight turnovers? For Sandy, she had eight assists that game, right?
I believe so. Yes, yes. It is.
And you said seven in the first half.
Might have been seven. Yeah, I believe 7 or 8 in the first half. Yeah, it was
And,
close.
and
She
one
didn't
in
get too many in the second.
one in the second half. But but I do know she had one turnover in this. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me you know what? Let me
One
leave
of
you alone.
those
This smoke ain't for you. This smoke for the people that been killing us with the Kaden Clark narrative. So I'm just saying, I just want to hear the lotto numbers. That's all I want to hear. Just the lotto numbers. Consistency, percentage. He said we've been talking about accountability on this show. Consistency been the biggest word we've been talking about, right? So can
hmm
we consistently get the lotto numbers every game? Just I'm asking
Um,
for a free.
well, the lotto numbers for me, they start in the playoffs, so you'll be getting them
Oh, now.
soon. Don't worry about
Oh,
you'll be getting
you know
them
what?
soon.
You know what? We can get into this show. I think I think the humble Lou is here. I noticed the humble Lou have been showing up
Well,
after
I
games.
listen. I stay humble for greatness. I won't be humble when we start talking about fullbacks. You know what I'm saying? That's when I won't be humble.
Well, and we're gonna have some fireworks. So yeah, as y'all can see right now, hit the like button while y'all here. Subscribe. Shout out to our new subscribers. Try to get us to 925 today. That's only two more. We only need two more to get 925. Try to get us to that. Go ahead, Percent. Take it over.
You know what? Let's get into this show. Tony, today you were on site for training camp. Can you please let us know what you saw specifically from the first team offense? I heard that they looked good.
You know, if I'm so glad you asked me to start with the first team offense. Um, my individual, my brother, partner in crime, whatever you want to call him, he has this habit of calling our quarterback or quoting other people calling our quarterback QB1. I might add Tyrod Taylor and Chad Henne, things of that nature. And there was an interesting thing that I learned today. Did y'all watch the presser? Did y'all happen to watch the presser, Jeff Happy presser this morning? Did y'all get up?
No, I didn't get. You know what? Yes, I did.
Yeah, I watched
it. Yeah, I watched
it.
it.
Okay, so it had came out that all of the pressures that we have been seeing have been scripted.
Yes.
Which means the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, they knew exactly what was coming. So they was, obviously calling plays to see how players react to certain situations. So basically they knew what was going to happen. And they knew what play to call and if it was going to be in a bad situation, a good situation, which I love that, by the way. Mental game, you see, mentality, he's getting them mentally ready and simulating game time situations. Love it. But today was the first practice that they were going to call their players with their plays without it being scripted. So no one knew what was coming. And you know what I noticed? Y'all noticed it was this narrative of was Quinn Ewers close to Malik Willis? And I've been telling these guys from day one, no, it's not even close. You can see it. And a lot of people make this mistake of judging a quarterback play and adding, I'll say including the 101 drills, including the 7-on-7s, which we don't run no more, and the ones where there's no pressure, the ones where you aren't going to get hit, and even if they do get to you, you can still deliver the football, and it doesn't affect you. But what I like what Hafley's doing, and which is why I've been trying to point out to everyone when it came to the quarterback and just play in general, not even just the quarterback position, is he's simulating in-game situations. So if a guy wants to get quote unquote sacked, even though they just touch him down, he makes them stop, or he called it no, that's a sack, and he marked the play back. So he marked the yards off. And when you get into those situations, that's when you see the realistic expectation that you can have from these quarterbacks and how they're going to react to real live game time situations. Today, remember what I told y'all about last practice? They had the drill, and then he got frustrated that he threw the ball down, things of that nature. So today, they was running live plays again, and the first team was completely dominant, offensive-wise. Completely dominant. They won every drill. When they went to 1st and 10, see if you could get a first down, he got a first down on every opportunity. I think they give him 3 or 4 reps at each time. So you get 3 downs, but you get 4 turns each. Like first team get 3 opportunities, second team get 3 opportunities, third team get 3 opportunities. First team got a first down every time. When they switched to situational football, 3rd and whatever, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 9, first team got the first down every time. When they went to driving the football, getting into field goal range, guess what happened? First team got in field goal range in 2 plays. Right then, I'm talking about first team hitting on all cylinders. Me and TD was talking about, this new matrix that we're going to grade them on. And I said 90 to 10. 90% victory for the offense, 10% for the defense. And the 10% came from, there was a drop by Jalen Tolbert. So the wide receivers in these drops are still showing up. That's a cause for concern. The biggest cause for concern, I'm going to get into that for the overall. You know what I mean? Need that for the overall, the last segment. Let me stick on top of the first team offense. But yes, so that was one drop, but Malik made up with it with a nice, completion to get the first down. And then the run game looked like it's getting to form. A-Chan is starting to make it, show himself and say, hey, listen, I'm here. I'm back off injury. Don't forget, I am him. And he's showing that he's him. And so the drop is the one that I took a point off for, well, some points off for. There was a penalty, I believe. I think it was one penalty. And the thing that I took the most points off is even though Malik Willis is completing passes, he got hit like on 2 or 3, maybe 4 times after until one of the good completions. It was questioned though whether he would have got hit right after the throw or got hit during the throw and whether he realistically got that one off. So that's why I marked points off from the offense, the first team offense. So that's why I took the 10% and I gave it to the defense. So first team offense completely dominant. Now, when it came to second and third string, flip it. 90% defense, 10% offense. The second and third string teams didn't win not one drill. Actually, even when they did red zones, I don't even think the second and third string got in the red zone one time. Not one time. And it was so bad to where Halfley usually let them finish off the drill for the last drill. After the second string got over, he looked at the time and said, "Yeah, we wrapping this up." And as y'all can see, he said my mic sound echo. Do it sound echo to y'all?
No.
Do it sound echo to anyone else?
In the
Sean
chat.
said that. Chat, let me know if it sound echo. Wait, let me just make sure I'm on the right mic. No, he's right. He's right. Boom. Do I sound better now?
Yeah. Wow.
He's right. Hey, shout out to Sean. Sean is the one that always Vicente don't never let me know. Lou never let me know.
You sound clear to us.
Always be the one to come in here and say, Tone, your mic sound either far off or echoey. Thank you. It's too late,
Why
Steve.
don't you hold yourself accountable to make sure you're using the right mic?
I did check it earlier, and it was we did the mic check right backstage. Me and you forgot. And now, hey, you know what, Sean? I appreciate a Buffalo Bill fan making sure I sound clear for a Dolphin fan. It's wow. But shout out to you, Sean, for making sure my mic is on. Appreciate you. So yeah, anyway, so let's get back to the second. He said, "Nah, Tony, I thought it was me." Okay. So let's get back to the second team. The second team defense, second and third team defense dominated, completely dominant, right? Turnovers here and there, which we're going to talk about on the second, topic, and just not looking sharp at all. Missing throws, unthrows, sacks. Quinn Ewers frustrated again. Like it looked like the second and third team quarterbacks are regressing, while Malik Willis you seeing progress with him. That's good and bad because you want to see Malik Willis progress, but we always had these doggone backup depth problems, and it's for every position: offensive line depth, wide receiver depth, quarterback depth. We know, all. We went through all the quarterbacks that we had that was terrible. Teddy Bridgewater probably was the best one, but he got injured as soon as he played. One play. Well, no, he played that one half against Minnesota and then got injured, right? And then we don't even going to go to the Tim Boyles and the Mike Whites and Skylar Thompsons and Zach Wilsons of the world, So it's a little concerning for me for the second team to look that bad in a situation to where it's not a controlled environment. How many times have I came on here and said, I'm not judging how he looks in those individual drills, the 7-on-7s, 1-on-1s, because that's a controlled environment. I'm judging them on the time that they simulate in-game situations. Now how you look. And this is consistently. They're not looking as sharp as they're looking in the individual segments. That's what matters. Because the team we play 11 on 11 on Sundays. And you're going to face blitz. They're going to roll coverage. They're going to stunt. You're going to have different looks. That's why I put more emphasis on those segments of practice as opposed to when they look beautiful throwing to one-on-one receivers. I can see your accuracy there, but is your accuracy there when you have to throw the ball on the fly or make a decision on the fly? So that's my first initial thoughts on the first team. I just want people to understand that first team looked very sharp, very, very sharp to where it was a dominant practice for them. And I'll say it was the most dominant practice of one unit over another unit this entire time I've been there.
I'm gonna take it the other way, Finsanity Tone, if you don't mind. What's concerning to me is Tone. Yeah, Finsanity. I don't know if you said you heard the interview or not, but I did hear what Halfley said about. Well, we're going to. It's going to be a practice where the offense and the defense, neither one of those units are going to know what's going to happen. Right? To Tone's point, it's not a controlled environment. Hopefully for us, Tone and Finsanity, we don't see during the season second and third string players that often, right? Like you want to see your first string. And I'm so happy and glad that our offense dominated today. To Tone's point, 90% to 10%. Who are they going against though?
The first team defense.
Who is our head coach?
He's a defensive mind. He was a defensive coordinator, but now head coach. So he's a defensive head coach.
Defensive minded head coach, and he said out of his own mouth, he's the one that's going to be calling the plays. I'm assuming even in training camp when our DC, right, Dugans is I assume calling the plays or whatever. We all know this is Halfley's defense.
Yes,
it got lit up today according to what everybody's telling me.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we seen Halfley's defense on the field, they gave up 26 points in one quarter.
Yes, in the playoff game.
Tone has highlighted on this show. Go back and look at that track record of him the last 2 years in Green Bay against 500 teams and
the elite quarterbacks,
above average quarterbacks. Tone, Finsanity, it's not good. That's a major concern. I'm sorry.
Yep.
From what I've seen and by talking with Tone a little bit today and other things and reading reports, it looked like people were confused. It looked like people were lost. It looked like people were just making mistakes left and right on that defense. I don't know. Again, is it overly concerned? Am I going to come out here and say this is going to be the worst defense in the league? No, not off one practice. But it is a concern because what we've been hearing, Tone and Finsanity, there's been some good days and bad days, but even in the good days with the defense, it was, again, what Halfley said, they knew what was coming. It was like a controlled environment. So it's easy to look good, right? It's easy to come down with all these interceptions and when you know the routes, you know the concepts, you know maybe the cadence of the quarterback, you know when the ball's getting stuck, you know all that. The first day you don't and it's trash, not a good look. So I would say from that standpoint, because Tone highlighted how good the offense was, that's not a good look, in my opinion, at least Tone and Finsanity. When we're talking about this mindset of this defensive-minded guy, he's our head coach, and the first day, nah, we can't have that. I'm sorry. So, hey, man, shout out to the offense, but defense, it has to be better tomorrow, Tone. I know you're going to the practice tomorrow. Hopefully, again, if they do the same thing and it's not in a controlled environment, hopefully at least the first-team defense could put a better showing because that's concerning for me. I'm sorry.
And I would right before you go, Finsanity, I would like to clarify one thing. The coaches were the ones that knew it was coming, so they would call specific offensive plays versus specific defensive plays, not the players. Just that clarification. And I would like to add, even though the offense was dominant, which is the major, that's the overall what you're looking for, right? The guys like, let's say, Jacob Rodriguez, best practice. Best practice all season. He showed up, and Zach Sealer, they showed up today. Those are the two that were showing up today consistently, right? To set the tone. So every like big play that you see coming from the defense, it was either Zach Sealer or Jacob Rodriguez. Kyle Lewis had a nice tackle for loss as well. And I would like to add this in. I didn't see the initial first lineup, who were the starting linebackers on defense, because if y'all remember, I tried to go live there, but my phone was just tripping. But I'm noticing this it's a constant. Jordan Brooks, Jacob Rodriguez, Kyle Lewis. Those are three linebackers on the field. Now, I did see in the goal line, Tyrell Dawson got in there, made some plays. But it seemed like they're liking it, that trio of Jordan Brooks, Kyle Lewis, and Jacob Rodriguez, the two linebackers that they drafted. So keep that in mind. I just want to point that out. Finsanity is on you.
Okay. So Great openings by both of you. Now, Tone, I have to ask some clarifying questions because you said that the offense dominated. And, as for me, I'm a defensive minded person. How did the pressure look, though? Like, were we getting any pressure with our
Yes.
first? So we were.
Yes. Malik was just making
Make
plays.
a play. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
He was making plays. Now, hold on.
Go ahead.
Pressure looked good when he's some pressure. Let me say that. When they rush with 4, and even sometimes when they blitzed them, me and TD kept saying, this offensive line balling today.
Okay.
This O-line have been balling today. And it started in individual drills. You remember I told y'all Chop Robinson started, he's been using that bull rush, and he's showing us that the weight gain, right? The 7 to 8 pounds. And he's using the bull rush. Well, he bull rushed Patrick Paul today on one-on-ones. And I say he pushed him back like 2 or 3 yards. Patrick Paul took that serious and picked him up and slammed him to finish out that drill on one-on-ones. And everybody was like, woo. So if you remember, I told you he had that one bad practice. Chop Robinson was looking like pretty good, decent today. I mean, that day. Today, in the last 2 practices afterwards, I've been, I said I was going to focus on the offensive and defensive line. That line has been stepping up. Now, today, Malik had time. It was one play. Malik had time that he was sitting there, and he was like, we thought he was going to panic, but he just sat there and delivered the ball. And even on, y'all remember the play that I showed with the Caleb Douglas completion? Just look how much time Malik had to throw that ball. And on the out route to Turner, Cole Turner, the tight end,
Yeah.
he had a lot of time. So they did get pressure when they wanted to, but not as much. The offensive line, offensive line clearly, let's say we playing a 4-quarter game, maybe got pressure on 3 or 4 drives out of a full game. And you get 8 to 11 drives per game. That offensive line was holding up for the most part. So yeah.
All right. Follow-up question. I know we were talking about Hafley's press conference, and he mentioned the availability of Chris Bell and when we might see him back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that allegedly Caleb Douglas balled out today. Is that true? Or is that our beat writers once again over embellishing a couple of catches?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
See, this is when y'all gonna think I'm pessimistic, right? And I hate to be this guy. Did Caleb Douglas make plays today? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Did Caleb Douglas have a drop today? No. 2 practices in a row, no drops. But I think Caleb Douglas had 2 catches the whole day, maybe 3. But I know for sure 2, right? Mm-hmm. Is that a big day for you? Lou, is that a big day for you?
2 catches? No.
This is the problem that I have with us as fans. We have to have higher standards. That's what we expect. You the first receiver that we drafted at 75 that Luke killed him for at saying he's an undrafted or a 6th rounder. But they invested a top 100 pick on you. And if we're going to come out and say that our receiver making 2 catches, which is what we're looking for him to do, is him balling out, then where is the standard? After him coming from dropping the pass every practice, not being just normal, regular, just being below average and disappointing. Let's not overhype someone having a day where we expect you to have. That's the type of day that you're supposed to be stacking. A very efficient day. You get 2 targets, you make your 2 catches, maybe give me a wild play, right? Cool. But like for instance, he finished the route and it looked like a lone score, but you watch the video. If it's live playing, Michael Taft is taking his head off.
He taking his head off.
He's zipping. You see him hold up. So now he made me make the catch right there, which is a good catch. Good. You got open. Cool. And you go down. Clap for him and say, Caleb Douglas, let's just say had an efficient day today. But you see, they made it seem like he was amazing. It was one beat writer came out and said he's looking unstoppable.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's not do this. Because this is why y'all need me to go out there. I tell y'all this every year. When I go out there, I'm going to give y'all the real. So when game time start, the people that don't get the information from me, they be like, I thought y'all told us. Remember Lieutenant Connor? I thought y'all told Lieutenant Connor was finally showing up and destroying. Remember, he was destroying practices. I go out there and be like, I don't see what they're talking about. Yeah, he had 2 catches. Okay, cool. That's not destroying, tearing it up at practice. You understand me? So at the end of the day, did he have an efficient day? Yes. Did he look like an actual wide receiver? Yes. What I will commend him on, and every receiver for that matter, I saw separation this time. I saw receivers constantly getting open. That was promising for me. But this is when I love my brother, when he be like, what are we talking about? Because a lot of people say he tends to be negative, but he doesn't like hyping up normal as in it's some amazing things that these players are doing. Let's keep it honest and say, yes, he was efficient. He's done what we expect a receiver that we invested top 100 pick on. He's done that. Now we need to see that all practice. That's what we should have been seeing all practice, consistency. And we could be like, you know what? He looked like he's going to be a decent or a nice possession receiver that if he get an opportunity, he might break a long one. That's fine. But I'm not going to overhype it. He didn't have a bad practice. He actually had a good practice. But, unstoppable? No. They no. Sorry. And I have to keep it 100 with y'all. I have to.
Okay. I think my final question, because I think we're saving the catch for the last segment, correct?
The only catch I know is Dwight Clark. No, well, I'm saying the only catch I know, for clarification, is Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone for the San Francisco 49ers. That's the only catch I know.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna start calling.
Are we talking about the catch?
What you want to talk about, Vincent?
Okay, I have one more question before the catch.
Okay, ask the question and then ask me about the catch.
Okay, and then we'll get to the catch. Okay, yes. Okay. So obviously, I'm trying to keep track of the RB2 tracker. How did Ali and the other guys look out there today?
Okay, so Jalen Wright had a couple good, nice runs, a couple, here and there, but few and far in between for Sunday. I told you in the opening monologue or my open, introductory statement that I gave you, that second and third string dominated. There wasn't too many opens. There was interceptions all over the place. We're going to talk about in the second question, and it just didn't look good today. It didn't. One of the big plays was when Jacob Rodriguez was playing on the second team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Ewers, or was it Gronowski? I think it was Gronowski. One of them threw a screen route. What? Let me give you the plays in the time, the fashion that it came. Right. First play, first down. They hand off the ball. Jacob Rodriguez diagnosed it. Meet him in the middle of the at the line of scrimmage. Either stop at the line of scrimmage, or tackle for loss. Very next play. Now, let's say they behind the chains, 1 or 2 yards. They throw a screen to Jalen Wright. Jacob Rodriguez right there again, whacked him out of bounds to where the ball came out. That just to summarize the day that the second and third string offense looked. It was plays like that all over the field. 4 interceptions by the second. All of them came in second and third team.
Mm-hmm.
So second and third team made the offense. It was like you would have to say, if you give an overall assessment, it was neck and neck with offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's an overall practice. But I'm here to tell you, which is give you the actual context, not with the first team. The first team dominated the way the second and third team dominated, so that what made it even. So I have to say it like that because so you can understand. The only reason it was neck to neck is because the second and third team was so bad. But that first team held it down. Oh, shout out to our brother. I see you, TD, in the chat, my brother. Salute, my brother. Now, Vicinity, go ahead. You want to ask me a
Now,
question?
listen, I know that, a couple of, streams ago, we were talking about a guy who blocks and how maybe he can use that to find a way to get wide open because teams won't be expecting him to go out and catch a pass. And today, in an unscripted way, the Miami Dolphins showcased that. And wide open in the back of the end zone was the guy who said he was going to go out and show us that he could catch the ball. Lou, did you see the guy who you call a fullback, the guy who you've been, beating up on because it was one pass that he dropped? It was in the end zone. I do believe that would have been a touchdown, but redeem himself with this one, high pointed up in the air. If you guys don't see it, it's in the bottom of the screen. Jump man. Yeah, that's him.
Yes.
How do you feel about Will Kazmarek, the fullback's catch, and how the Dolphins will be able to utilize him in this offense?
And if you're saying you question whether it's a catch too, damn, that's crazy.
No, I know it's a catch.
Oh, go ahead,
I'm
Lou.
asking because Lou saying it's not a catch. I know it's a catch.
Finsanity, ask me the question again because Tony interrupted you when you were asking me the question. Please.
Nothing you about to do. I know what you about to do.
Go ahead. You know he finna set it up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you do it. Lou, how do you feel about the so-called fullback being able to redeem himself and get a catch in the back of the end zone for a touchdown?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Have y'all lost y'all's mind? Have y'all lost y'all's mind on that play?
Credit for the catch at least. Are you going to give him credit for the catch? Because you had concerns.
I've seen 350-pound offensive linemen sneak out the corner of the end zone and catch passes. I seen Robert Hunt do a cart. Robert Hunt caught an interception or a deflected pass, did a cartwheel and a backflip and almost scored. And you want me to give this fullback credit because he caught a pass wide open? Let me tell you something right now. Finsanity, not only was and I seen TD earlier. Shout out to TD. He was there. My brother Tone was there. Right?
Yes, I was.
Everybody in Finsanity that was there, they were shocked. The coaching staff was shocked. The players on the field were shocked. Finsanity, do you know on that play, you had 3 different defenders. They all ran into each other because they were all taking another man. They didn't even run with Kazmarek. Listen, I'm trying to be as fair as look, he caught a pass. I think this is his second pass they thrown to him in training camp. Right? He's 1 for 1. Right?
1 for 2.
Or 1 for 2. Okay, hey, call it however you want, man. Listen, I'm proud that he caught the pass, because I would have killed him if he would have dropped it. But the fact of the matter is, listen, he was wide open. It was broken coverage. Who knows if there's a defender on him, if he makes that catch or not. I'll give the offense credit though. Bobby Slowick did. Now he impressed me on this play though. Finsanity, did you know it was a 4th and 2? And to show faith on 4th down to throw to your fullback, salute to Bobby Slowick for shocking everybody that was in the building there today. And hey man, Will Kazmarek, you know what can I say about him? He blocks and catches according to Tone, TD, and everybody else. So you're a Kazmarek guy as well, Fins? Okay, Finsanity.
I believe he can be utilized in this offense. Yes.
Okay, well, listen. Before Tone comes out here and puts the yellow jacket on him, or the gold jacket on him, I just want to, if y'all don't mind, I just want to let everybody know again, the real ones feel like me.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
But go ahead, Tone, take off, dog.
Now, Finsanity, now you remember when he dropped the pass?
Mm-hmm.
That one pass, right? It was one pass.
Mm-hmm. He cared.
You remember how he acted?
He cared.
And then this time he said he don't care. Yeah, I just want to keep
Emotional damage.
My brother. Hey, Fisetti, just in case anyone had any questions, right? Any question? Let me do something for y'all real quick. You know, I just, you know what, Fisetti, I don't want no. You know what? Let me see. I don't want people guessing. Let me put it like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want no ifs, ands, or buts. So let me go ahead and set something up real quick. Boom, here we go. You know what? I don't like that. That is too small. We can't see it. So you know what, Vicente, I came prepared. Let's go over here and watch it.
Are we actually going to show this play?
I just I ain't say nothing when you did it. Can I? Just in case someone said it wasn't a catch, I came prepared. Hey, can y'all see the name on that? Number 82? Y'all see
I can see it. I can see
it. Okay, let's go. I just want to make sure it is the actual guy.
I didn't know if you got his feet down.
1, 2, 3, and that's like Cat Merritt, right?
Real quick though, Tone. I don't know. Again, I would have to go back and review it, you know, again, right? But I think that
you think what?
That ball could have been moving towards the ground.
No,
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know if he.
Yeah.
You know in the rules now, you gotta while you hit the floor, you gotta complete the catch. I don't know if he completed that.
It was completed. Don't worry about it. I just wanted just in case my brother wanted to hate. I just wanted to see if he was gonna keep the same energy. Now, I will say this. Now that's why I asked you first.
Mm-hmm.
He was out here hooting, hollering, screaming. I told y'all about this fullback. We drafted a fullback
in the third round.
The third round, they threw him one pass and he dropped it. It was super emotional. I came with my towel today because I knew I was going to be sweating because he was going to try to take away credit from my good brother, right? But now when he makes such an amazing pass, such an amazing completion, on 4th and 2, and y'all want me to give him credit for it? No, y'all want you to keep the same energy you had when he dropped the pass.
Amazing catch, wide open.
That's what it like to me.
Body control. You didn't see the body control?
Body control. Y'all see the jump man symbol down there?
You know what? You know what? What are y'all?
Tight end, you shout out to Niner. Now I would like to say this now as well. You said something that I want to give credit to, Bobby Slowick. This was an amazing play design. So
I would agree with that.
Let me give y'all I'm gonna give y'all the play-by-play, right? The actual play-by-play, what's going on, right? Illustrate it for y'all because I don't have the play up there. He started with split backs. He had Achane and Malik Washington in the backfield, split backs. He motions Achane out to see what the defense is in. He saw what's his name? Jacob Rodriguez shifts. So it kind of looked like he's man-to-man, maybe man-to-man with Achane. But just to be sure, to confirm, they motioned Caleb Douglas across the field, right? And he's followed by Brandon Marshall Jr. or Jason Marshall Jr. Sorry. And now that confirmed that it's man-to-man. He motions Achane out again, but before he gets out there, they snap the ball. So Achane looked like he's going to run a flare route or a running back screen, and he comes back into like a running back slant. It gets Jacob Rodriguez trying to beat him to the outside, right? He bumps into Michael Taft, who was sticking Kaz Merritt one-on-one. He bumps into him. While he's bumping into him and he's running the running back slant, Caleb Douglas is running a slant straight across the middle. He pops wide open because Jason Marshall Jr. bumps into Michael Taft, and then Jacob Rodriguez. They all bump into each other because all the players, they bumped in and they man-to-man. Taft still managed to get his hands on the inside shoulder of Kaz Merritt. Kaz Merritt ran through it and was able to get out and run. He looked like he's running a flag route. right? He's like running a flag route, which is the up and just to say a post, but to the outside instead of the inside. That's the flat route, right? He said Bobby didn't do it. Yeah, I'm talking about Malik Willis, who motioned. I'm sorry. Just look at. TD don't want to take no credit for.
Right.
Hey, shout out to TD, right? And I appreciate that. But hey, Tone for Insanity, real quick, because this is a show for the people, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to highlight one of my good buddies right here, Pablo Diaz's comment. Will Kazmarek and Caleb Douglas jersey will hang in the Raptors with training camp legends Skylar Thompson or Skynet and Eric Izakama. I agree with that, by the way. Continue, Tone. I just want to, we're for the people. So I just wanted to highlight, we should hang those jerseys up in the Rafters. Yeah. I agree with that.
I appreciate you, Pablo D. Just come back to me after the season. I love that kind of energy. But now again, yes, when I say motion, the guy that I'm saying most, I gave Bobby Slowick the play design, the way he, the play design, but the making sure they're man and man and getting his players in the right position. This is all Malik Willis, which is why I say he motioned A10 out to see how Jacob Rodriguez react, and then he motioned Caleb Douglas across the field, and then he ran him in a slant. It's a bunch formation, pick routes. Caleb Douglas popped wide open, but he would have had to make a layer throw over the lineman, to get Caleb Douglas. The guy that was trying to get to Caleb Douglas runs, which is Jason Marshall Jr., runs and knocked Michael Taft off of Will Kazmarek. That's how Will Kazmarek pops wide open on a flag route, because Jason Marshall, because he had to follow Caleb Douglas to this side, now he's on the outside, so he runs into. So you basically got Kazmarek going this way, Jason Marshall going. Caleb Douglas going this way, and their two defenders hit each other and collide. And in the middle of that collision, Jacob Rodriguez running to them too as well, trying to get the A-10. Beautifully designed, well ran, nice quarterback smart and instinct from Malik Willis, getting the players in position to where he knew someone was going to pop wide open when his initial person was Caleb Douglas. But shout out to him for being able to hold on to that football and get Kazmarek popped open, wide open in the back of the end zone. Beautiful throw. And I also said the question. Go ahead, Luke.
The question I would have for you though, because again, we seen when Caleb Douglas came in motion, we seen Jason Marshall Jr. come in motion with him. Taft and Jacob Rodriguez were already in the on the screen. We could see that.
Yes.
In your opinion, with you being there, because we all know it was a broken coverage, who should have been going with?
It wasn't. Taft was jamming Kazmarek. Taft actually got his hand on Kazmarek. He was jamming him, and Kazmarek fought through it. So you know how they say get skinny. He got skinny and got around him, right? Got around him, and when he got around him,
he got bumped off.
That allowed Jason Marshall to run straight into him, and it was basically he picked his own player, and that's how Kazmarek popped open. When we get backstage, I don't want to show here. I have the actual footage of mine's and another guy where he has the end zone view where you can see all this happening.
Okay, I would love to see that. Absolutely.
You can see everything happening. So that's what happened on that play. And I'm like, oh, that's why Malik Willis motioned to make sure to see who was in man-to-man. Beautiful design, better execution by Malik Willis and the offensive players. So, yes, that's what I wanted to focus on. I ain't want to over my boy Kazmarek. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kazmarek. I told y'all. He told y'all he was going to show y'all he's more of a catcher, and he's underrated as a pass catcher. And now he's 1 for 2, 50%. Okay, we got to get that little percentage up, but I'll take it. And a red zone threat, when people are just looking at you as a run blocker, you could take that. I would take 3 to 4 touchdowns from Kazmarek this season.
Absolutely.
I'll take that. All right. So, yes, I did want to give credit of how the entire play was broke down. And Lou, you pointed it out. This is on 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Game on the line. You need this.
Yep, you need this.
Get
Absolutely.
your players in the best position to be successful. And both Bobby Slowick and Malik Willis did exactly what they needed to do. right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give that kudos to how that was just beautifully executed. Go ahead, Miss Angie.
Can I say that my favorite part of that play, it was the ball placement, because there will be times in the back of the end zone where we need that ball to be high, and we can utilize Charismatic's big body, his frame, his height, his size, his weight, and say, go up there and get it for me. Like, this is where I'm going to put it at for you. Can you come down with that ball for me? And for him to get even a third foot in on that, that was extremely impressive to me. So shout out to Malik for even having the wherewithal that sometimes that ball might have to go high. He could have just gave it to him, really, because he was so wide open, right? I got to see where the line was and where everything was, but to still have the wherewithal to put that ball like, hey, let me see where I can meet you at and where you can meet me at. Because for what it's worth, it's not necessarily an easy catch. To have to go up and then come back down in the back of the end zone with both feet down, this is not college. He's coming from college where it's a 1 foot rule. To have that mentality that I still need to get that second one down, but then get a third. Undeniable, because Lou was like, oh, was that ball moving? Well, you know what? By the third one, it wasn't. So shout out to Malik and shout out to Will for 100% executing such an amazing end zone play. And this is what happens when you have size, right? You're not worried about those, back pylon throws or something like that. Even though it wasn't a back pylon, but when you're utilizing the back of the end zone and you have a guy that has the size that can go up and get that and high point that ball, so amazing. So that's what I have to say about that. That was my favorite part of the play, and that's what I kept, looking like, wow.
I don't think I don't think he tried to get 3 feet down. Vicinity Tone. You ever watch someone like trip over themselves and like fall?
Here we go.
And you see how they,
Boy,
when they take like multiple steps.
The hate is real.
What is we doing?
Vicinity, I was just asking you if you ever seen. I was just asking you, my good brother and sister, if y'all ever seen someone fall and like trip over their feet and extend. It looks like they're, that's all I was asking.
Who again, Vicinity?
Kaylin Clark.
The goat, by the way. The goat.
You want my answer? You want my answer, Lou?
No, sir. Not me.
Hey, now, Tone, you tell me if you want to make this episode of a meme show, and I'm all in.
I just asked you. No, I haven't seen it, right? But I want to give credit to one more unit, offensive line, because it took protection for him to be able to allow that play to develop. It did, because Caleb Douglas was his first read. He wasn't able to get there, right? And it was a little bit. He would have had to get it over the line, but for the offensive line to hold up to allow him to get back. Kaz Merritt had to be read 3. It probably was Caleb Douglas, Achan, because Achan did the slant right behind him, then Kaz Merritt. And for him to get through all 3 reads, chef kiss to the offensive line and the protection.
That is again, with the trolling aside, it's good to see guys making plays again on 4th down. To your point, Tone, one of my biggest question marks coming into the season, and it still is how Bobby Slowick is going to be, because we got one good season in Houston, CJ Stroud's rookie season, not so much his second season. So that's a question mark. But again, to see plays like this, with the play design, getting guys wide open, Tone, this. I like that about Mike McDaniel, right? It was his play design. It just seemed like there was people open in that Mike McDaniel offense. Today was a good sign for Bobby Slowick. So again, trolling aside, there's some good things about the play. Don't get me wrong. So listen, offensive line. I know TD will like this because TD's saying I'm missing Tua. I don't miss Tua. Well, TD's gonna. TD's gonna troll me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a love. Well, I don't want to say love-hate relationship, because I don't think TD hates me. I know I don't hate him. It's a love-love relationship. But this is what me and TD are going to do. But at the end of the day, shout out to Bobby Slowick. Shout out to the offensive line. Shout out to Malik Willis. And shout out to our fullback. What's his name? Alex Ingold? Will Kazmarek.
Our fullback wear number 34. His name Turner, I think. Something Turner.
Will Kazmarek going to take his job.
That's not tight end.
He's going to take his job.
I would like to say something that we've been trying to emphasize here. When did you say we was going to see the real Malik? Vicinity, when did you say we was going to see the real Malik?
When the pads came on.
We were going to see the real Malik Willis.
When the pads came on.
And when the pads came on, shout out to Malik like you said, play design, and Bobby Slowick maybe not have the greatest resume when it comes to being an offensive coordinator, but we always said when we give Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allen, the Lamar Jacksons, when we give all them credit for is what? When the play is not there and it's not working out perfectly, able to extend and make things happen. These are I say underrated traits that we tend to overlook. The quarterback being able to extend plays and the quarterback being able to read defense and diagnose whether or not he can get his team in the right position to make plays. Those are things that we need to look at and say, can Malik Willis do this as well? When we look and we try to evaluate him going through the season, not just based on numbers, but how does he orchestrate this offense and how does he get the offense of his weapons in the right position to make plays? Because we say it's the coach's job to put his players in the best position to make plays. Well, the players on the field has to execute.
They got to execute. Absolutely.
And when something changes on the field, coach can't be in your ear no more and adjust. It's on you now. They shut off the earpiece at a specific time, and now you need a player that's on that field with the ability to adjust as well. And let's see if he's able to do that during the course of the season. So, yeah, but shout out to them. Again, I would like to say this has been the best that we've seen this offense look all training camp. All training camp. In all 5 days that I've been out there, this has been the best that's seen. Before we go, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Listen, we 2 away from 925. Can we get those 2 subscribers? If you're not subscribed, go ahead and get this. Hit that subscribe button. Come on right back. Hit that like button and continue to get this good content.
Okay, so talking about consistency, one thing that has been consistent is the Miami Dolphins' defense ability to get the ball away from the offense. Whether it's on first team, second team, or third team, it is good to know that that is something that we are seeing. Tone, how do you feel about this defense? Will it be a turnover machine this season?
You see that question mark there?
Yes, that's why I had to ask.
I want everyone to realize, and shout out to TD. Hopefully he's still in here, right? Because he could confirm this as well. Majority of these turnovers came out off either a tip pass, a drop pass by receiver or running back, or underthrown pass. Outside of that interception last training camp, not yesterday, but the one prior to that, I'll say Wednesday practice or Tuesday's practice. Outside of that one, that Malik threw that interception in the red zone, there hasn't been a bad throw by him putting the defense throwing the ball and putting that ball into dangerous territory. Majority of them have been tip passes. Even the underthrow. We had 2 plays back to back where the receiver has the defender by 3, 4, 5 yards. Underthrown. Ball get tipped, interception. Kudos to the defense for making those plays. But this is just slop football on the offensive behalf. Right? Now, you want your defense to take advantage of this, but I will be more inclined to say, you know what? This defense look like they're going to be creating turnovers. Like when they push the ball out, that's the defense making the play. That's a forced fumble. That play that Juju Brent made on Caleb Douglas, when I said, was that a drop? Was that a incompletion? Or was that a drop or possible fumble? Juju Brent went and made the play. So outside of the fumbles, these interceptions are very questionable at best, because when these other receivers on the other teams might not be as not sure-handed as our receivers have been in this training camp. And also, I don't think these quarterbacks miss these wide receivers 3-4 yards of separation as often and consistent as our backup quarterbacks have been doing. It has. So I just want to keep that caveat before we, want to crown them as just a turnover machine. Yes, they've been getting the turnovers, but there's context behind it to where I want people to understand this is a majority of it is a result of sloppy play by our offensive players, receivers, running backs, and things of that nature. So let's, temper our expectations, because like I said, in order for the first team offense to be dominant, they're going up against the first team defense. So to me, that's more of a simulation of how that defense is going to look against a offense that's hitting on all cylinders. There was play that was made, Zach Cedar got in on a play tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I told y'all the 2 plays by Jacob Rodriguez, but outside of that, it was, for the most part, that offense was running well-oiled machine. So keep that in mind when y'all think about this defense. Most people, when you hear, first 4 turnovers, yeah, but all of the 4 turnovers today came from second and third teamers. So it's not the way you're thinking. Or I'm not gonna say it's not as bad as it make you seem if you just blindly say, there's 4 turnovers. You get me?
Right.
So I want to give y'all those context, that context, so y'all can understand where and how these turnovers are happening.
I would say for me, Finsanity, I think that's a great question, by the way. I would say for me, I think under Anthony Weaver, when he was here for the past 2 years, it just seemed like we weren't even in position at times to make turnovers. So I understand, and I've heard, TD has said it, Tone is obviously saying it. We're getting a lot of reports that, to Tone's point, it's receivers dropping passes, tip balls, things of that nature, just running backs fumbling, right? I would say what's a positive, though, at least the defense seems that they're in the right position to make the plays when the balls are going up in the air or the balls are on the ground. The defense seems to be getting a lot of turnovers in that aspect. So from an organic standpoint, I would say, yeah, would you want to see your defense maybe causing more of the turnovers? Sure. I think that will come in time. But I would say a positive, at least for me, is this defense seems to be opportunistic, that when there's an opportunity for a turnover to be made, at least they're making them, right? So I would say that I don't know how y'all feel. I think Jacob Rodriguez is going to be a turnover machine. I think Kyle Lewis has the ability to be a turnover machine. There's some things that you like about Chris Johnson. Again, people have been saying there's a lot of sticky coverage. He's always seemed to be in the right position. When you're doing things like that, you're going to be in position to make plays on football. So I would like to see it be a little bit more organic where they're causing the turnovers, but I do like that the fact that when there's plays to be made, at least they're around the ball and they are making the plays when they're there. So I would say that for me, Vincent, I would say this defense is going to have more turnovers this season than I think that we've seen in the past 2 years under the Anthony Weaver defense. I would say that.
Yep, that's a good assessment.
Yeah, for me, I tend to speak every now and then. Those were 2 amazing points.
Hey, Cindy, can I bring up a comment real quick? I was doing my.
Please, don't.
If you don't mind. If you don't mind.
I know what comment you're bringing up.
Okay, go ahead then. Should I bring it up?
No, go ahead, bring up the comment.
Hey, Luke. You said GOAT, right? I see a comment. It said Caitlin Clark GOAT, greatest of all turnovers.
Look, listen, man. Look.
Hey,
that's Pop. Oh, shout out to okay, Daddy. Sandy. Shout out to yo.
First of all, I had seen Pops already because originally there was a comment, and then I seen Hey Dad, so I already knew that this was Pops. I would never disrespect Pops. All right, that's my guy. With that being said, he could be wrong too. I mean, it's okay for him to be wrong. We love Pops over here, right? But Finsanity, can he not be wrong though?
I tend to agree.
I've never known him to be wrong about anything when it comes to sports.
Yeah, so I agree with that assessment. Greatest of all turnovers. I believe greatest of all turnovers.
They win that game, so
it fits.
Listen, well again, whether it fits or not, we love Pops over here. Salute, appreciate you watching the show. But again, well, should I go get the CCs? Is that what I got them?
Yes.
But nothing saying I got to get the fit right first. You know what I'm saying? But hey, salute to Pops, man.
No, don't let Lou take it.
You know what? Because can I address the comment real quick? Because this is the second time, maybe third time Niner has put this in there. Their CC is living rent free in people's heads. First of all, I am a Caitlin Clark fan. I am a fan of hers. I have gone on, defending her. But when it's a time to troll, laugh. It is what it is. Like, I like to, troll. I like to
It
have
is what it
fun.
is.
I like
Yep.
to. But listen, what really needs to be stated is how this Indiana Fever team, who looks undermanned in some of these matchups, are actually playing with these teams and could make these things a series. So instead of saying people are living rent free, that would be my rebuttal, because in all these games, whether they tried to come back against Minnesota or, forcing, the Aces to have to make
Kelsey Gray had to do for Sandy.
having to make two difficult shots to even beat them, make a difficult shot, to get the game to go into overtime. This is how you rebuttal it. You don't just say people are living rent free. I just wanted, to give you that for the comment section or for the group chat next time. Don't hit us with that. Hit us with that. You feel me?
Well,
anyway.
Real quick, Finsanity. Real quick.
What is we doing here, Lou?
It's Finsanity go. I'm just saying he's so rude. It's Finsanity go.
Well. Again, I just like Finsanity, like my good brother said. Should we show some highlights? Should we show? Because I see some. My eye spies in the chat, right? Y'all know who this is, right? TD said Pops believed in Tua. So is that true?
Oh man.
Coming out of college, yes, he wanted him to be good. My dad was off of Tua probably somewhere circa 2022.
You know what?
Even in 2023, the injuries, he wasn't sold. He didn't want Tua to have that contract. If I remember correctly. So if you want to say he believed in him before that, yes. He was a Bama fan. I mean, he is a Bama fan. So yeah.
Oh, both y'all Bama fans? Oh, Jesus.
Both
hey, if it's saying, you know what? Lou wanted him to get paid in 2023, but I guess he forgot about that.
I didn't not in 2020. You know what? Y'all gonna hold that on my head forever.
But you know what? I got something for you. You right.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
You know what? That's what Tua's saying in Atlanta when they win that division. That's what Tua said.
Okay. All right.
Oh, can I?
Hey, real quick. See, I see. I'm just saying. Pop says, "I love you, Lou." Pops, I love you back. You know what I'm saying? I love Pops back. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, when I told him you were the rabid Dolphin fan, he understood. Like, yeah, we're both big fans, of that guy. This new Lou guy.
Yeah, this humble guy. We don't know who he is.
This new Lou guy. No.
Hey man, come on, man. We never know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to be, humble a little bit. But salute the Pops, man, for real.
Okay, so to Lewis's point, which I 100% agree with, the organic turnovers, right? And we like to Tone's point, we've seen that more in the run game, where you're seeing the skill set of Kyle Lewis, of especially Jacob Rodriguez, even him teaching the technique and the fundamental of the punch out. And I believe Tony talked about how coach even made that one of the drills, because that's something that he wants these guys to be doing and implementing. When you get to that ball, yeah, we're trying to get the tackle, but if it's a game tackle, someone needs to be going after that ball, try to get the turnover. As far as the interceptions, right? When I do look at the teams that we're going to be playing against, right? And that's one of the reasons why I don't have us necessarily winning as many games. To Tone's point, you're not necessarily, you might get one, you might get two mistakes, but these teams don't typically make a lot of mistakes, especially in the passing game with some of the quarterbacks that we are going to be facing if they're able to play to the level, right? We're not going to see the underthrown. We're going to see, guys, taking what the defense gives them. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this secondary shows up, especially when my first question, I believe, was to Tone, well, how did our pressure look, right? Mm-hmm. If this front is not getting pressure, or we're having to send more and we're at a deficit on the back end against some of these wide receivers and with some of these football minds, just like we talked about how, Malik Willis was able to, orchestrate and decipher what type of coverage it was, right? Some of these guys are going to be able to do the same thing. And the one thing that you do know about some of these guys is they're going to find a matchup that is favorable to them, and they are going to attack it and attack it and attack it relentlessly. So it will be very interesting to me to see how these young guys come along, throughout the season. Will it look pretty, from the beginning? We don't know, but are they able to develop, get better throughout the year so that where we can see, hopefully, maybe even going into next year or going into the end of the season, that we know what we're going to be having. So it doesn't always have to be interceptions, though. If you're getting me deflected passes, if you're knocking the ball down, pass breakups, to Tony's point about Juju Brents and how he was able to do that with Caleb Douglas, right? Just being in the right spot, to lose point at the right time to make a play. Or even Michael Taft, when we talked about the one Caleb Douglas catch. Oh, we said he was going to take his head off. Well, we know in real game time, he's going to hit. Can you hit hard enough that he drops the ball, right? So, but, a favorable hit. We don't want, an unsportsmanlike, penalty. So when I think about this, there are so many ways that, they can affect the passing game without necessarily always getting interceptions or turnovers. Because for what we know, yes, it's great to get the ball, but it's even better sometimes to just make the smart play, knock the ball down, and make the other team pump or have to run another play from the same distance because we want to be the same down. So that's what I got. Tone.
Yes.
Anything else to that?
No, I think that was good. That's enough.
Okay. So let's bring it all together. Another week is in the books. Luckily for us, next week we're going to really get to see what this team is really made about, because I believe on Wednesday we have a joint practice with the Washington Commanders, who, just added another wide receiver. So if we want to see what these DBs are going to look like, we're going to get a real awakening very soon. Tone, so for what you've seen for the days that you've been out there, 5 days of training camp, how do you feel about this team and everything that you've seen so far?
So as an overall, the
Yes.
5 training camps, I would say this. At first, did you notice we was going back and forth? And it was the two at the beginning, start off with the two. The offense looked like they was winning the day, and then the defense came and showed up, right? But before I do that, listen, I want to give y'all, since my people always showing up, I want to say this here. Shout out to y'all for showing up to training camp. Al know, my brother Al know, they come up to me, say what's up, say hi. So I decided to, put it in there, and so it could always be in there, and y'all can see it even when they come through, to say shout out to y'all for showing up to the training camp. Shout out to the millions, man. So as an overall,
now again, right? Tone. Remember the other day you said the offense had a horrible practice and you blamed it on a certain individual.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I'm ready to bring up our guest. That's all I had to say. Because you blamed a certain individual for the offensive failure. So that's all I wanted to say, Tone. We could bring him up.
Let me switch the screen before we get done. I think y'all gonna all have to come back on stage. So hold on.
Look at me. I didn't get cut. That's all I know. I made the cut.
There we go. And boom, we got a special guest in the house. Malik better than Brady. Oh my God. Yo.
Where does this come from?
Am I wrong?
Hey, I can't say you wrong.
Are you wrong?
But as of now,
Am I wrong?
Which Brady? You talking about Brady Quinn?
Exactly. Is he not better than Brady?
TD was good, man.
I'm good, man. I don't think it's cool that Tony trying to blame me for practices.
That's what he said, TD. That's what he said the other day. He blamed you.
All I'm saying
is
we was doing great, right? We was doing great, amazing. TD walked up to a certain practice and he said, "Hey, Tone, I think the offense gonna struggle today." And lo and behold, Malik had his verse practice. I say, boy, this man TD here, man. And no, that wasn't his first day though. My bad. That wasn't your first day though. But what's good, TD? Before you go, after just say what's good, we should get his assessment over the overall 5 days that he's been out there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, haven't I kind of been calling it at the beginning of practice? When I showed up today, I said, this is the bounce back day. This is the real test. I think the offense is going to do great, but I'm nervous about it because they need to actually do great. And I'm glad that you brought it up on the show, Tony, because, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've been out here in the community and like reading articles and looking at what people have to say. And I'm so glad on this show, y'all put context behind what's going on because everybody's saying, the offense struggled today. And, it was kind of like another mediocre overall day. But who cares about a second and third unit? Like, let's be honest here. We're talking about the first unit, and some of those guys in the second unit are going to get plugged in on occasions to get some reps when the season start. And if somebody get hurt, not the whole freaking second unit is play, not the whole um not the whole third unit. I mean, most of them ain't even gonna play. The only thing that really matters, at least 80% of it, is the first unit, and the offense was amazing today. They moved the ball, they did what they wanted to do, maybe with the exception of one sack that would have happened. But Malik looked sharper than ever before. And what was big on it, like Tony brought up earlier too, and y'all was talking about, Jeff Halfley exposed it all. Every practice up until this point has been scripted. They know what they gonna run. They tell the offense what they gonna run. They tell the defense what they gonna run. They know what they're working on in that day. That's why I said on Tuesday that it was situational football in red zone tight coverage because when they were doing individuals, I got word that this was a specific session to work on contested catches. We thought they just out there one on one, but they knew what was going to be ran. They already knew it was supposed to be contested catches. And then when you see Malik and them get in the red zone, he may have looked average on that day, but it's because they were dropping 7 in the red zone for contested catches situations. So the whole training camp has been scripted so far. And today was the first day where you saw a team literally say, all right, we're going to be on the sideline. The coaches are going to call it in. The offense don't know what's coming. The defense don't know what's coming. The coaches don't even know what they're going to be calling. But then they're going to get out there with the situation and they're going to call it. So we get to see what real game action looks like. Malik did his thing, man. He came out, he commanded the offense, he moved the ball, had good awareness, made great throws. And with the exception of that one sack, the O-line was playing great too. The first unit offense was phenomenal today. And it actually made me turn my eyes up at the defense because those were the starters out there with the exception of Chris Johnson. But those were the starters out there, and it was like, man, is that the real issue? Which we won't truly fully know until we go to Washington next week. But listen, man, things are looking good, and I am so optimistically nervous now because we've been talking about this wide receiver group. Right now, it's clear who your stars is. It's Malik Washington, Caleb Douglas, and Tobert's getting a few reps when we go heavy wide receiver packages. But Tobert's going to be replaced with Chris Bell sooner rather than later. Chris Bell ain't going to be on that sideline more than 4 weeks when the season starts. He's not going to be on that sideline. You're going to get probably 12 games out of Chris Bell this year. So you give me Malik Washington, Caleb Douglas, and Chris Bell. I'm very happy about the offense.
Yes,
T,
and
TD, let me. Oh, my bad, Tone.
no, I did want to point out because he said we know who the starters are going to be, and Jaden Tober is starting to drop passes too. I noticed that as well. So
Yeah, but
we
Chris
need
Bell going to
Chris
sit
Bell
him
back. Yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead, Lou.
Well, TD, the other day in the Twitter space, I asked you a couple questions about players and stuff, and ultimately, a lot of us as fans, that's all we do. We just highlight players and just talk about players. But the other day on the show, TD, we were talking about who's been the most impressive Dolphin, right? And my answer was Jeff Halfley. Just from the mindset,
Mm.
TD, like the way I'm starting to get the Brian Flores kind of feel, like the approach. Like TD, you remember over the past couple years, right? Let's just say the last 4 with Mike McDaniel. It was always
Mm-hmm.
this soft narrative. It was just the team was mentally weak. They're soft. I don't think we have those issues no more. I can't even remember the last time I've heard soft and Dolphins. So my question to you, TD, because again, player-wise, I know how you feel. But from a Jeff Hafley standpoint, because I've been very impressed on how Jeff Hafley has came in as a rookie head coach, especially in the league. What say you about Jeff Hafley, and has he impressed you with the job he's done so far as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins?
First of all, Lou, you couldn't be more right, bro. Which is rare, by the way, but you couldn't be more right. All right.
You didn't have to say
Um,
that, TD. You didn't have to say that.
nah, but real talk though. 2 nights ago I was on the collector with the fellas, and we were naming dogs on the team, and I said, you know what, I got to throw two of them out there, Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan. Um, it starts at the top, bro. This is what it's always been about. And you see how they're cleaning house, even in the executive suite. So it starts at the freaking top. You got to dive dogs throughout it. Let me tell you something about Jeff Hafley that I've already noticed. Ain't none of y'all bigger than me on this team. I don't have to big up you and lie about you like the last coach deal with certain players. Ain't none of y'all. You heard when he said, "Get prepared for however you want to prepare." They were asking a question about Willie Gay in the press conference. He said, "If that gets you going, get you going. Long as you ain't disrespecting me or the team, we all good." Like he said, remember the week one, he said, well, they were asking about Malik Willis' leadership. He said, I just need Malik to focus on getting better. Dial that back. I'll take care of that for right now. Like he's the alpha in the room. And even though he got other dogs, he's the alpha. So let's make sure we understand, y'all be dogs in your own right with your units and the team and all that. But understand, this is my show. And I think the players understand that. He's a no nonsense. He's about business. He not trying to giggle and cackle all in your face. He'll have a little fun conversation. Just watch him in the press conferences. They'll make a joke. He'll semi enjoy it with you, but it's a semi as in, all right, let me find the business within the laugh and let's talk about it. And that's what it's about, man. A ironclad coach who understands doing what you do every day, make it a part of your process, and don't waver from it. He said that today. He said, as long as you're doing it every day, don't change what you do. If you're going to, like they were talking about Willie Gay, if you're going to come out there yelling, well, guess what? Make sure you do it every day and make sure that's you and your identity. Don't switch it up. I want these players to do what they do every day, in and out. And last thing, here's the icing on top. And I'm glad you brought this up, Lou. He said today in the press conference, he said, I feel like we're almost where we want to be from a culture standpoint. And that's what we're making sure we establish. We're almost where we want to be. And we want to keep that and be that every day. Bingo. He understands the priority. See, sometimes there are big picture things and it ain't just X's and O's. The first thing we got to have is the right culture, because everything else, you can be great players, you can play good on the field, but it don't matter if your culture sucks, because when you meet adversity, the real culture gonna come out of you. So I need these guys to be tough. I need them to make sure they're doing their job and they're doing it consistently. And I need them to make sure that they're hustling. I need them to be able to show effort on every play. If I sit there and see an interception thrown and everybody ain't running towards the ball, we gonna be talking about why. Why? I don't want to see no crap on film. And another thing I love, you know how they say all coaches say this, all coaches say that. Y'all put y'all thinking cap on real quick and try to go back in memory. When the last time you seen a coach go into detail and talk about how a player made a play but chastise them because I don't care that they made the play, they weren't in the right place.
Wasn't in the right place. Yeah, you weren't meant to make that play.
Yeah, they weren't in the right place, because I don't care if you made the play. We're showing it. And remember, I used to preach this all the time. You can't hold somebody accountable unless they're doing what they're being taught. So if you're in the wrong place, if I'm happy that you got the interception and I don't say nothing about it, I can't ever hold you accountable when you pay for it in a negative way for not being in place. So even if it turned out good, that wasn't the play. So because if you would have did the play the right way and we wouldn't have got the pick, well, at least I can hold the coach accountable for what he calling. But you got the coach looking better than no. Everybody got to have accountability. Every level, we need to know where the issue is coming from. Freelancing and making a play, you're hiding flaws that the coach might have in that situation in his play calling. You know, I want that pick, but everybody in the right place, and we still get that pick. So, man, everything is structured, bro, and he is the MVP so far. I'm with you, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree, TD, because even to the point, and me and Tone and Finsanity talked about it. There was an interview, I think it was after the first practice, Tone, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was they asked him the following day about why he didn't they just jumped into 11 on 11. They didn't do 7 on 7. And
Yes.
even his answer of how he explained, well, think about it from a linebacker's perspective. If a quarterback is just looking to the left, to the right, to the middle, then come back to the left, it's not teaching anybody. It's just the way he answers. It sounds like he understands the game. And from a mindset standpoint, he's trying to instill. I think that's what TD's kind of like mentioning. And he wants you to do things the right way. It's not about, hey, a splash play here or, yeah, you were in the wrong position, but you still made. No, let's correct the little things. Let's make sure everything. This is a well-oiled machine. And again, I thought I had that with Brian Flores. I'm starting to see the same like similarities with Jeff Hafley. It's no nonsense. It's accountability, and let's get things right. And from that
Max,
standpoint, I believe that's how you win football games in this league, man. So to me, TD and Vincenti and Tone know this. I think Jeff Hafley. I wasn't excited when we hired him. I'm starting to get a lot more excited with Jeff Hafley.
He coming around, huh?
maximize everything we do. He laid that example you just brought out so well. What the heck I'm running 7 on 7 for when the quarterback ain't getting no reps with real pressure? With the line being able to throw in that 7 on 7. And also, why am I giving a quarterback fake windows to throw to? There's O lineman there. He can't make that pass that he can make his 7 on the 7 in a clear window. So in the same thing with the wide receiver in the corners, they can't see the ball as well come out in 11 on 11. But in 7 on 7, you just making life easy. There's no real simulation to practice, and that's not how the game is gonna go. Practice how the game is gonna go. 11 on 11, 7 on 7 is like just that's skeleton offense, and that
Yeah.
ain't what we need to be running.
And guess what he said, TD? He said, that's not real football.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
why are we practicing something that's not real football? That's a waste of time. And we see the way. Listen, I said this from the beginning of training camp, from the way he started stretching. And then the first time I went out there, what did I come back here and tell y'all? Everything is done with attention. Everything to
There's a
detail.
reason.
He paid attention to every single thing. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Hey, why are you real about the splash plays? He said that's not what this is for yet. I'm not even looking for that right now. We're trying to get everything down pat, make sure these guys understand what they're doing, understanding their technique. I'm trying to make sure people are coming back from a layoff and you're still in football shape and in the mindset of I still have a job to do. He's focusing on the thing that matters the most, which is the mental part that we've been lacking from day one. And that's the part that, I want people to focus on. The beginning, from the very beginning, what did I say? Everything is done with intention.
Yep.
Everything to maximize the potential of this team. And when Jeff Hafley came in here and every single thing he did, there was a reason behind it. We go into practice and the first thing not the first thing, but I started noticing there's 2 screens up there, monitors, explaining to the fans what everything is for. Oh, individual drills. This is how long stretch is going to be. This is how long individual is going to be. He doesn't focus on in the one-on-ones. We only seen, since I've been out there, I've been in all of them except for the one that they called yesterday. We only had one section where the wide receivers and the cornerbacks was playing one-on-one and giving the quarterback.
And that was and those were contested catch drills.
Exactly. So
it wasn't for the design of beating the corner. It was they already knew, and we want to see how these guys do with contested catches.
Exactly. So everything that he does was with intention. There is nothing wasted. no practice time, no, we're not going out there going through the motions. Everything that you do, even to the fact when they get into Tina, you remember this when they jumped off sides and they lined them up to start over. What Hafley said, no, mark them off 5.
Yep.
Mark the
Back it
5
up.
yards off. You have to be in the mindset because you're not gonna have time to restart in the real game. Again, remember when you pointed out Quinn Ewers threw the ball down on the floor, forgetting after he just got sacked, forgetting this is a what it was 58 seconds on the clock and you got to get in field goal range. He forgot. They tried to restart it. What happened? He said, no, wind that clock because you're not going to have an opportunity to restart this. Every single thing to every specific detail, you see Hafley paying attention to that. And that's the biggest thing. Go ahead.
And that's so underrated, the point you just brought up, and a lot of more people need to be talking about this, man. Quinn Ewers is struggling bad right now, but what I don't like, he's starting to lose composure. We are in a 1-minute drill, and he is frustrated with his performance, not just what's around him, but his performance, where one play he literally chucks the ball in the middle of the field, but the clock is running. You just got sacked. And Hafley's like, man, run the clock. And you just knocked off another 10 seconds for them to go get the ball so y'all can hurry up and line up. And I know they have to be talking to him about that because twice today he threw the ball forward like out of frustration, like the play is over and he just threw it in the middle of the field and not as a pass, like a frustrated get out of my face. Oh man, almost. And man, I didn't know Quinn Ewers had this in him because that mental block is showing a little bit of kink in that armor, and he got to be better because I got higher hopes than him. I thought that we had a good backup and we're going to be all right. If something happened to Malik, he gets a fair opportunity to maybe earn his own right. But man, he's having a bad camp right now.
I told them that. And TD, you know what? Guess what? When I came on and I explained this earlier, a lot of people would get bamboozled, hoodwinked, and swindled when you come out here and you hear how, oh, that was a nice dime by Quinn Ewers, or that was a sharp throw, not knowing, well, that was on individual drills. You know, that wasn't, when he got into the 11 on 11s, he didn't look as sharp. So you can be confused thinking that he's not having as bad of a count that when he really is having that bad of a count, because I'm looking at, no, 11 on 11s, when someone is in front of you, when that line is coming at you, and I pointed this out, Hafley paid attention to everything. He said, you remember when he threw that side arm throw? What the Hafley said? Don't practice that because you're not going to be able to do that in the game. What he said, if I see a player throwing sideways throws and showing off in practice, I'm going to send a blitz at you to let you know that you're not going to be able to do that. He means everything. Everything is business. Practice the way you're going to perform. Again, what's the slogan that I use when it comes to practice? Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice make perfect. So if you're not trying to be as perfect as you can in practice, I can't assume and just that you're going to go out there and play and have a perfect game. You're not aiming for that. If you're not taking practice serious, all of a sudden you're going to take the game time serious. You're not even programmed that way. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Me? Oh, since we're praising Hafley, I gotta get my 2 cents in, right? Being transparent, right? When he comes out and says, oh yeah, those were scripted, right? But these ones aren't. But that also allows his coordinator to get ready for Washington, because they're not going to be saying, oh, we're going to be running this. They're not going to give him the script. They might say, oh, let's work on this together and stuff. And that's cool. But when you go on 11 on 11s, that's when all gloves come off, right? And it's going to be very interesting. So I want to show some appreciation that Hafley, even though he did it that way, he's still giving himself and Slowick time to say, you know what? Next Wednesday, we're going into Washington, right? It's going to be a one time, and he talked about it. We don't do redos. You either come ready to show up, like we're not, you don't get a chance to punch someone back in the mouth. You go in there and you punch them right there. So to give Slowick that opportunity to get that practice with Malik a couple of times, right? And the offense and getting into that gear of like, oh, the play's coming in. We got to get ready to go. I want to appreciate him because he's not making anything easy for them, and he's taking everything step by step. But he says we still have to keep moving forward. We can't become stagnant in one place. We have to keep moving and keep getting better. So yeah, we can do it this way first to get everybody comfortable or to simulate what we want to do, but we still now need to get into the real game of it all. Like, what are you going to call? How do you have these lined up? Malik, what are you comfortable with? What are you guys good at executing? What can we do in a 1 minute drill, in a 2 minute? Like, how do we operate in these type of settings? So to that, I would just want to, say, Hafley, thank you for that. And thank you for being even transparent in that, because as fans, we're just thinking, oh, we would have never known, right? But to let us know, we're like, oh, makes sense. And then Tone can come out and say, well, now that it's this way, look how our offense looks versus our defense. Now we see, okay, this is where our defense needs to get better or wake up on, right? These are things that we actually need to work on. And if you can't do it, then hey, it is what it is. So that's what I got. That's all I got.
Hold on, let me get half because I want to put this point out. About
what are you laughing for? I mean,
look at TD's name. Look what he switched it to. I love right-handed QB.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Hey, but I would say this, and this is very important, and I pointed this out to TD because TD pointed something out to me in the first. Was it the first or the second practice? You remember when the defense lost? It was the first practice. They had to do push-ups. That part was a sign of them losing. But when they run the sprints, that wasn't there. That was just something that
standard every day,
right? But you want to know what happened? What I also pointed out. Remember what I pointed out to you, TD? Who was else down outside of Malik? Who was down there doing them push-ups with them?
Yeah, I was mind blown. See, I thought it was just Malik, but Hafley was out there pushing up too.
Hafley was out there. You know what that means? Taking accountability. Because if I'm the defensive head coach and I'm calling it, when y'all fail, I fail. So I can't hold y'all accountable if I'm not gonna hold myself accountable first.
Absolutely.
That's why they say the best leaders, they know how to follow.
Man, we going to the Super Bowl, baby.
So that is the biggest one. You talk about accountability. We was asking for our coach to hold our players accountable in the past regimes. How about the coach holding himself accountable and not only going to a podium and saying, no, that's on me. We failed together. We succeed together. We fail together.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, and he went to the podium and said, well, I got to be better too. Don't just tell me how my unit failed. I have to be better because if they're not prepared, then what can I do better to get them more prepared? That's the things we need to focus on.
Not only that, Tone, Finsanity, and TD. Even a day like yesterday, right? Tone, you were there. They tell you, hey, there's lightning in the area, there's rain or whatever. You guys got to go. Mm-hmm. Any other coach, or let me not even say any other coach, our past coach, Mike McDaniel, at that point, when they go in that building, they're not coming back outside. What did Jeff Hafley do? He understands, man, we're in South Florida. We're probably going to play in a couple rain games when we're in Miami, right? There's going to be weather games. Instead of keeping them in that 72-degree bubble, right, where it's nice and comfortable, no, let's go back outside where it's steamy, it's muggy, it's wet outside. There's going to be wet footballs. There's a purpose in everything he does. He realizes, again, weather's going to play a part in this season. We're in South Florida. Hey, it rains down here. I just think that, Tone, again, you said it was dark outside even before the lightning. He was bringing them out. They got sent in. He comes right back out when he has time. Mm-hmm. It's the mindset. It's the will. Like, hey, we're not going to make this easy for you guys. This game to win is not easy. It's hard. And he's instilling a culture. That's why I like what TD said when the culture is almost established. It's not there yet. Everything Hafley does so far, in my opinion, it's with a purpose and for the culture. And that's what, listen, I think we can all agree on this. Whether it was a quarterback we didn't like or a head coach we didn't like, whatever it was, the culture was bad. I got to admit, Sully and Hafley have, at least in a couple months, they have established a culture and a foundation here in Miami that we've lacked for years.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Get us to that 925. Vicinity. Anything else? What we got?
Oh, listen. Are we still talking about day 5? Like, I
I
mean,
was
sorry,
wondering
all
if you
5
had
days.
no, we good. I was wondering if you had anything else for us.
Oh, of course. Listen, if there's one thing that I know, there's something that I can always pull a question from this friend. Okay, listen, you asked me to talk about the Miami Dolphins. I can literally talk 24 hours, 24/7. Let's go. So to that point, right? Tone and TD. Sorry, because I'm about to call both of you, Tony. Sorry, I have to separate Tony and TD.
There's only one Tony over here.
I knew the other one first.
Hey, there you go.
All right, I knew the other one first. So I mean, I need this to the most intricate way, right? You don't have to be long or whatever. In what areas, because you said the offense dominated the first team defense, right? But you said that they were still able to get pressure. And what areas did you see the most struggle versus like the least? Like if you had to like
On defense?
do the positional groups, yes. Like who looked the worst? Like one being the worst, and then working.
I would say this. I'm not gonna say the most. The only unit that I would say I seen positivity from was the linebacker unit. Now I don't know whether that's the result of the defense, taking up the offensive lineman, but the offensive lineman played. I mean, the offensive line played well. Jacob Rodriguez made a play. We seen Kyle Lewis make a play also in the backfield. Jordan Brooks made a play in the backfield. But outside of that, on that first team defense, everything else was a struggle. And we're starting to see it. Like I said, starting to see a little bit more of Achane finding these holes and having lanes to run through. So I would say that's the only one that I wouldn't say that I was 100% disappointed at. It was the linebacker unit. Because when I was talking to TD, what did I say? I say those 2 tackle for losses is what I took points away from, and that drop pass. See, that drop pass wasn't as a result of the secondary. It's just Jalen Tober dropped the pass. The tackle with losses was the defense, the linebackers going to make a play. So I would put it in that aspect. I think they struggled as a total, but the unit that was making plays was the linebacker unit. So,
but our secondary isn't trash. You wouldn't classify it as trash so far.
What?
The secondary?
Yeah, the way they played today, was it like, let's just be blatantly honest. Was it trash or was it not trash?
I wouldn't say 100% trash. I would just say Malik was getting. They're going. The reason I wouldn't say 100% trash because or it was a mixture of both. It was a mixture of both. Malik is showing his there wasn't people running wide open because defenders weren't there. Like I said, on the red zone, it was because they got knocked off. A lot of these plays, we're seeing Malik throwing the ball. It was one play he threw across the middle. We were like, "What are you throwing?" But boom, it was a catch right there. So it's not like they're completely out of position, but they didn't play good enough to make plays. So I won't say trash, but they didn't play well enough to make plays. And what did I say? Today, for me, it's the first time that I've seen consistent separation from these receivers. You get what I'm saying? They were consistently getting separated. And that falls on the cornerbacks or the DBs, right? But like Chris Johnson, I'll be seeing him rotate him in and out, and I know they had him like at slot, they had him at safety at one time. His name don't come up a lot. There's not people making catches on him, so I can't say he was trash. But that's technically good for the cornerback. So I'll say it like that. I don't want to be too long. I'll just say the linebacker is the one I would give credit to for actually making plays. Everyone else, no, it just wasn't good enough. Every other unit.
So I don't know if I'm on an island or what, but I'm like gaudy on this whole team except the secondary. And it ain't because they're playing bad. It's because I just don't know. I know one thing we gonna find out when they line up against Diggs and McLaren.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't get it. I know people like wait and see. I literally have zero concern about our offense. I legitimately, and I'm not, like people think that I'm just trying to, build it up and just sell hope and all this and that. But I try to spell out to people. The O-line is the best we've had in years. And I understand that Caden Proctor is young. I understand that Jonas Avenaya He was with one of the worst guys. I can already tell you now, is Jonah playing great? No. Is he playing elite? No. Is he playing good? Maybe not. But he's playing above average, which is 3 times better than he was last year. Okay, that's number one. Austin Jackson is reminding people, especially today, hey, y'all could doubt me and say I'm hurt all the time, and maybe I haven't played that great in camp so far. But let me show y'all something. He was more on the dominant side today. Caden Proctor really showed his wits today, bullying people, literally driving holes and dragging people to the ground. Patrick Paul, now that's been one who to me has been a little shaky on occasions. But I've had faith in him. I like our O line.
Okay.
I don't have no questions about no Devin A. Chan, Jalen Wright, and Ollie Gordon backfield. I'm not worried about that. H ain't gonna get 70% of the carries, so we already good there. And those guys switch a pace and situational. I'm fine with. Then we talk about the wide receiving group. This is the group that everybody doubting, but I'm more confident in this group more than anything because here's why. You can only have five eligible receivers on the field. Okay? Achan is one of them. So we're down to 4. We run a fullback. Okay? One who has made some really nice catches out of the backfield. Defense just keep forgetting about, but he's a fullback. Defense always forgets about him. And I'm not talking about Kasmerick. Like, what's his name? What's the fullback name?
It's
That's
not.
been
Is it
back
Turner?
there.
It's Turner.
Whoever, man, whoever been back
Number
there.
34.
I know you
Like,
said
yeah,
Day Harmon earlier. I don't.
it's 34. His number's
Yeah, something
34.
Like Herman or something
Harmon,
like that. Yeah.
DJ Harmon.
Yeah, he been making some plays, sneaky plays at fullback. You're gonna have a fullback or 2 tight ends, and everybody's like, "Yeah, the tight end's hurt. We ain't really got a tight end unit." You lying to me? You are lying to me. That is going to be Malik's favorite, one of his favorite targets on occasions is the tight end position. And at that position, sometimes you really don't need the best tight end in the league because you're going to spread it out and all those guys going to get the ball. And as long as I got Caleb Douglas, who's going to be an up and coming receiver and he can make plays, is he going to have some drops and make some mistakes as a rookie? Yes, but I think he's going to make more plays than he doesn't. Malik Washington has elevated his game from a number 4 receiver to a bottom end number 2, high end number 3. That's improvement. And the real unlocked wild card is when Chris Bell comes back, in my opinion. But we don't have him right now. But remember, it's not just those 2 guys. Do you know how many times they flex Achan out in the slot or out wide? Do you know how many times they put Dosage outside, not in line? The combination is going to be just fine, and Malik has the arm to make every throw. We're going to be fine there. I have no concern about the offense. Okay, we're gonna produce defense, defensive line, and linebackers complement each other. Can we see the interior D line? We straight. I'm telling you now, interior D line, I'm fine. Edge, can you set the edge? We don't really truly know yet, but Josh Uche actually has made plays every day. Low key, he's had his 2 to 3 plays almost every day. And Chop Robinson has done enough to make you notice, hey, maybe Chop has improved, which means he's improving. Now, is it the improvement we probably want yet? We don't. We can't say that, but there is improvement. And if they can't set the edge effectively, the one thing I know, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Tony, has these linebackers not been there to clean it up in the run
Yeah.
game a lot of times?
That's why I say the linebackers. Yes, they make
The
plays.
linebackers are going to complement any weakness in the D line and vice versa. Now, the secondary, on the other hand, I just don't know. And we got to wait to see. And that's going to happen this week with Washington.
That's fair.
We've heard some reports, and this is for Tone and TD. TD, when you were mentioning just now the edge with Uche and Chop, again, we've heard things about them. I've also heard some good things about Cameron Good. Are y'all seeing that as well? Like Cameron Good out there making plays?
Occasional.
He made a play, but you got to remember that was on the third team. Remember the play I said, oh, that was 53, but
Right.
it's third teamer. So, we don't put
It
too
ain't
much
nothing to
emphasis
write
on it.
home about.
Yeah, we put too much emphasis on it. Now, I would say I saw Z Bickers starting to make plays too today.
Bickers make it play, but that rotation at the defensive
93.
tackle position make it play now. Well, man. At first we were like hopeful for Kenneth Grant, but I don't know what Chris. I don't know.
See, I was telling. I seen a play where he made a
know.
tackle to stop it for two yards,
Man.
and everybody was like, "See, that."
When was that? 3 days ago?
No, it was today on one of the.
Nah,
When he
I
made
don't
a
know,
tackle, it
man.
was a gain of 2, but it was like,
Yeah, wait and
that's
see.
remember when y'all
Man.
asked me, I was like, I can't
Wait
give
and
you
see.
because he don't jump out, so I can't give you an honest assessment on it.
He had
we
one
seen
good
Zach
day
to push
that I know.
we seen Zach to push the line back. We seen Zach to get to the
Zach doing his thing.
quarterback.
Zach
but we
making it
don't.
tough on
When
that
I told y'all
O-line.
earlier, I say, but Kenny Grant, I can't say that.
But what about because in training camp and mini camp, right? Remember the reports coming out that Jordan Phillips was a man amongst boys.
Oh,
I
Jordan
haven't heard a
Phillips.
lot. I haven't heard a lot from Jordan Phillips though in training camp.
Well, back up. Remember, his job ain't to be getting in the backfield. His job is to be an anchor, and he been that.
He's good at that.
He's anchoring, bro. He's
So
doing
he's
his
eating up
job.
like double teams and things of that nature.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear his name, bro. You ain't gonna hear that. Why? That's why Zach and Biggers and them getting off because he just anchoring. He just like, y'all need this push, but I'm staying right here. Go get him, Zach. Go get him, Biggers. See, it's the unsexy role. It's the role his name ain't gonna get called. But Phillips, man, I don't have no problem with it. Phillips is actually one of the most surprising players on this Dolphins roster in the last 2 years. And that's a good sign. Now, is he out here making play? Oh my gosh, he did this, he did. No, he ain't. But you ain't gonna hear that because he just anchoring.
Okay.
Which is that could be a honest assessment about him. Just if he's just taking up the same thing what I said about Kenny Grant. If we look at it, and the reason his name isn't being called is because he's taking up double teams.
Nah, stop.
I would take that. No.
Man,
I ain't talking about. I said, hold on.
That man ain't doing nothing.
Hold on, wait, but you can't say that because he's in the middle along with Jordan Phillips. So if it's if it's the result of him taking up double teams, then I will accept that. Not saying that that's what's going on. And
I will pay attention. We'll pay attention.
Yeah,
to
and
it,
I have the same because I see like today, like I said, I told him earlier, I saw Chop run a nice stunt and take 2 guys that allowed Kenny Grant to get to the outside. He just didn't make a play. Malik was just able to get right outside him and make a play. You get what I'm saying? But if we come back and we watch it, and I see that the reason we're not saying Kenny Grant name is because he's taking on the two offensive 2 blockers, right? And allowing these linebackers to roam free. I'm cool with that because you know who my favorite 2 D tackles was? Tim Bowens and Del Gardner. You never heard about them getting sacks. They will eat up them tackles and make sure you don't run on us.
Yeah.
That's all, I will accept that. So if that's the reason his name ain't being called, I'm cool. But I can't, like I said, honestly, I can't say that because I haven't seen him and I haven't been.
I just don't think that's the reason.
Right. So that's why I couldn't say it honestly. If TD don't like Kenny Grant, I can hear it now.
I'm just saying,
I can't honestly say he hasn't been making plays, but I haven't paid him more attention, so he didn't jump out. So for you, TD, if you say that, then I will have to lean towards how you feel about him.
Bro, you know how down I've been on Chop Robinson. Now I at least have hope. Kenneth Grant, the same thing, but now I ain't got hope yet.
But Chop is on the edge, so it's easier to notice.
Which is true.
So listen, I'm not here saying that Kenny Grant doing good. I'm just saying I don't have enough information to tell y'all whether he's doing good or bad. I can't. I'm not gonna just come out and say he's doing terrible. I haven't paid enough attention for him, and y'all know I can't come out here and tell y'all no stories.
Okay,
but that's good, man. Hey, man, listen, we're a minute and 49 seconds. I mean, hour 49 in. So
I'm good. The chemistry is
good.
TD. The chemistry every time you come up here. So
appreciate
amazing,
you, my brother.
Tony and Lou. Amazing today. Like y'all really out here like stringing together some amazing performances. And you guys have not checked them out, please go out and check out our latest shows from the past week. Like, subscribe. Um,
I miss
and
my
thank you
QB.
all for being here this Friday with us. Dad, thank you for watching. It was nice to finally see you in the chat.
Shout out
Oh,
to
and
Pops, man.
thank you
Yeah,
for
shout
the
out to Pops.
I got more Blitz Pickup merch, added. So Tony, thank you for the hat. I really appreciate it. TD,
Still
thank you
ain't
for coming
still ain't
on.
send me nothing. Still ain't send me, but it's all
Crazy.
good. It's all good. Hey,
Hey,
but I
Hey,
miss
See
my
you Monday.
quarterback. I miss my
hey,
quarterback.
TD, don't feel bad. I
good
barely
Lord.
got anything over here
Oh
neither, so don't
God.
feel bad.
Lou, you miss QB1 too?
Hey, you know what? Hey, we're gonna have to end the show. TD ain't gonna leave me alone until we end the show, man. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's the
I
which
miss
QB
him
one.
though. I miss him.
Which QB one?
Hey, TD, according to Tone,
The one,
you are the predictor of good or bad practices. So tomorrow, TD, feet to the fire. What can we expect from TD Finn's talk on the Miami
no,
Dolphins tomorrow at practice?
no, you can't do that for Saturday nor Monday. And Tony knows that. We talked about it earlier at camp. Saturday, man, that's the dress rehearsal. These guys, first time, even Jeff Hafley, first time in the stadium. They're gonna run it like practice, but expect for them to give the fans something.
Yep.
This is a stadium performance. I'm not taking any stock. Today was stock. I'm not taking any stock into that one. And Monday is a light day because they about to travel. They gonna come out there, run some stuff. They ain't gonna be getting physical. They're not gonna be physical on Monday. They
Right.
like training camp technically, which is crazy, is out is like 80%, no 70% over. Really, when you
Yeah.
think about it,
Technically, yeah. Yeah.
it's over because all next week, other than the Washington joint practice, which I gotta figure that out because if you know anything about joint practice our defense gonna be on one field going against their first team
Yeah.
offense,
And the
and our
offense is on the other
offense is
one.
gonna
Yep.
be on another field. So I gotta
Who you
pick which
focusing
one I'm gonna
on?
be watching. So I don't know which one I'm gonna be paying attention to because which one is more important. It's like I
We
need to go pay
The
attention to the
one you have the most
defense.
concern for, TD. You say you don't have no concern for the offense, so maybe you
Yeah,
need to
but you
focus on the
think I
defense.
wanna, but the shit I
You know what? You're right.
miss,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
so
Tone Finsanity. If I know TD the way I think I know TD,
You
he
gonna watch
watching
Malik
number
Willis.
two. He
Yeah,
watching
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis at
Mhm.
training against the Commanders.
I think
That's
that's
what.
what all the fans want to see too. Like we want to see how Malik Willis, because we could listen to them talk about the defense. I think it's more difficult to over exaggerate defensive failures than it is with the offense, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if someone
yeah,
made a play and they made a tackle, how can you cover that up? You know what I'm saying? We could see through that. Offensively, is a lot of things you could say happened or not point out for that. And plus, if y'all are smart, you will follow some of those Washington beat writers and get what they're saying and
yeah,
get what we're saying over here, and boom, merge them together. But you know what, TD, we did talk about this before we left, and I just wanted, I just realized, Halfley, you remember how you say he run his training camps, light, medium, and then
light,
high.
medium, and
This
high.
was the
Today was
high
high.
one today, so that means
It was
Monday is
high.
going to be light. And
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, so you know what?
That's
I
why I
think that
wouldn't put nothing on it. You can get average, you can get it doesn't matter what it is, honestly. It's real like when he's medium and low, they are legitimately practicing on stuff that should not be evaluated because they're trying to determine what they like, what we do, what's a strength so that they can use it more. They are eliminating right now. They're finding things, yeah, this ain't our strength. Let's not go here. So it's not about them, like the team may not be having bad execution on something they don't do well, but they're trying it. So the next heavy day is literally in Washington on Wednesday. Then you ain't got no more heavy for a whole week.
mm,
Yeah, they don't come back until what is it? Giants or Atlanta first?
Giants
Giants and what? We got two more practices.
and one joint practice with Giants, which is that Thursday.
Yeah, is that in New York or here?
No, that's here.
On there.
Okay,
That's here.
okay,
It's
Yeah.
gonna be here. I will be there in the building. Yes, sir.
all right, yeah.
So
So
I we
yeah, man, I think like this practice next week, like from today, you don't have anything real for 10 days other than that joint practice.
Yeah.
You don't have
But they gotta
anything
get
real.
they gotta
You
get prepared for the preseason. Yeah, because now
yeah.
that we have preseason games, there's not gonna be too many high practices like that.
And the second unit is probably going to play. They're going to play. This is the beautiful thing about the Washington joint practices. The first unit's going to be out there at 80%. Like right now, first unit's getting 40% of the reps. And
Yeah,
then the second
not
unit
more.
getting like 35, and then the next unit getting like 15 or whatever. But in that Washington joint practice, the first unit, 80%. They're going to be 80%. He's going to play those starters majority of the practice. And then in the preseason game, he's going to play the second and third unit. Do not look for Malik and those guys to go out there in the preseason game. I don't think they are.
No, I think they'll play. Yeah, they have to.
They have to?
First season under the new head coach. First season in with Bobby Slower as the offensive coordinator. Malik Willis' first season as a full-time starter. He's been trying to get the timing and the camaraderie with the receivers. Yes, you have to put him out there to
But
play.
they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that on Wednesday.
But that's still not a actual simulated. Well, it's simulated, but it's not an actual preseason game.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what they end up deciding.
I'm going to always be a big component of get them out there to get reps, even if it's 1 or 2 series. I'm even if we've been here all day, I'm just one of those people. I think they have to go out there and actually put on the field. Hey, Patrick Mahomes do it every year. The only reason he's not playing this first game because of the injury. Go look at the history. Patrick Mahomes never missed preseason games.
Well, Tone, to your point, Joe Burrow usually plays in the preseason.
Joe Burrow, yeah. Joe Burrow.
Tom Brady, when the Patriot dynasty, Tom Brady used to play.
Some of these guys play week 2.
No, they play all though.
Not every team.
For sure. Joe Burrow.
It just, I'm telling you, like coaches now. It depends on when they have the joint practices. Like they use the joint practices now as real live game action for them. Because then you got to look at, is Washington going to be playing their starters? Jane Daniels coming fresh off of an injury last year. Are they going to be playing him in the preseason game?
But not listen, we can't think about that. It's not about what what we need, especially Malik Willis is going against the defense, so it don't matter if they didn't play or not.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they decide versus in the game Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, this Friday. Okay. Yep.
Next Friday.
Week from today.
Week from today. Yep.
When is Atlanta's game? I want to stream that.
Oh, you know what? Hey man, he's not gonna stop. I'm telling you, he's not gonna stop, man.
All right, listen, outside of TD.
Hey, that dead cap ain't stopped yet.
You know what? We got 2 years of that. That is true.
He is eligible to talk about as long as the dead cap is eligible.
A great point.
See,
but listen, a great.
Look,
go ahead, Luke. You got something.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Not only is TD up here trolling, right? Now we got Pops in the chat. Pops Palmer.
I know you see
Caitlin Clark is the Tua of the WNBA. Pops, come on, man.
He has had injury concerns.
Pops, what we doing, man?
He has had injury concerns.
Oh my God! Although that's just the injuries. Oh my gosh.
Y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right.
Counterpart that is really the star of the team in Kelsey Mitchell, and that was Tyreek. Don't make
Hey, tell Pops don't insult Caitlin Clark like that.
I'm a Caitlin Clark fan.
Talk to him, TD. Talk to him. Let him know, TD.
Well, that wasn't to defend Caitlin Clark. That was just to down the other one a little
There
more.
are correlations you can make. So before y'all say my dad is wrong, I understand like there are some correlations that can be made. Wow, Dad. Way to come in swinging.
Oh my gosh. 10 p.m. at night and we got breaking news.
What's the breaking news?
Tua threw another pick today.
You lying. Yo, are you trolling or you made that up?
Ask Lou. You know he know.
Hey, TD got the Atlanta Falcons. He got the beat reporters on lock. TD know everything going on in Atlanta.
Hey, Lou got them #1 underwear he ordered.
Hey man, listen.
Hey,
Insanity, anything from you before we get up out of here?
Oh yeah, Dad, thank you for coming through. Cannot wait to hear what you thought about the show. It sounded like you really liked it, enjoyed it. Got to finally watch it live. I really appreciate your support. I love you. TD, thank you for coming through. Tony and Lou, thank you for once again being amazing. And to everyone in the chat, thank you. I saw all your comments. It was an amazing job by each and every one of you guys. We will see you Monday. Enjoy your
Yep.
weekend and please be safe.
Lou, Lou, TD, y'all got anything before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I just wanted to say before we go, I always try to explain to people that I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. And I know I create content, but I love listening to great content. And like nights like tonight, just opening YouTube, I'm like, up the fam live. So I was just tuning in and enjoying the show. Y'all keep on doing what you do. Keep on rocking and rolling. And I just wish y'all the very best. I know y'all gonna do good things because I enjoy the show. And trust me when I tell you, I don't enjoy everybody's show. I'm just being honest right now. So y'all got a good thing going, and it was just a blessing to be a part of it tonight. So thanks for having me, and hopefully, when the season starts, we've been talking about maybe doing something together on Thursdays, and
Yes, we are.
that'll be pretty lit. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, man, the Blitz pickup is my home too. Hopefully, I can get some merch to signify that. But Tony, he hoarding stuff, but it's all good.
Yo.
You
You
guys,
know I got you, TD. Test me your
Yeah,
size,
yeah.
man.
You've been
Test
saying
me
that
your
for 8 years. 8 years.
test me your
I ain't
shirt.
even know you.
8 years is
I ain't even know you.
wow. Yeah. Test me your shirt size. I got you, man.
Yeah. Well,
What I'm gonna
I'm
say.
in between sizes right now. I'm in the
Oh,
process
you
of
know what?
losing
And you
weight.
got to
So
drop them 20 extra pounds. I hope y'all been seeing
yeah.
TD on a weight loss journey. My boy in there looking fit. So hey, listen, maybe you know what, TD? Maybe that's a blessing in disguise. I gotta wait till you get down to your size. What if I give you a
Bruh,
shirt that's too
as soon as we cut him, the weight just starts shedding.
big?
hey, Tone Fincenti, you know what's crazy? I heard TD was on that Tua Tagovailoa plan. Remember when Tua got skinny? I heard
Hey,
he on that
hey,
Tua
hey,
plan.
I am doing jujitsu.
Hey man, listen,
Now we gotta
Tone.
get up out of here. Hey
I'm
Lou,
getting
let me
listen.
get my ending because Lou, you gonna get us up out of here. Listen, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate every last one of y'all.
Booty.
Still see 33 of y'all in here. Listen, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you for supporting us every time. Nina, I see you. Everyone, I'm telling y'all, we are working on the merch. I'm telling y'all, it's not easy. It's busy. It's busy, especially during the season. We working on that. But appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe. Thank you for being the best chat on YouTube. I tell y'all, we speak our mind over here, but it's always respectful. Lou, you know what
Hey, hold on. Y'all, you got the merch store though?
we can talk about that backstage. No, I don't have it though. I don't have it yet.
Hey, yeah. Because I'd rather get it through the store, man. You need to go ahead and run that. Because I told you at camp that logo fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I will give you credit. You always told me like Tony, that logo is fire, so I'll give you that. I got you. But matter of fact, I think you was the one that gave me yeah. So I got you back.
I got you. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Lou, you know what to do, my brother. Get us up out of here.
Listen, man, this has been the Friday episode of the Blitz Pickup. I won't keep y'all long. Y'all will see us Monday for the next installment. For my sister, for myself, for my two brothers, Tone and Tony, TD, right? We'll see y'all Monday, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And sometime after 8, Monday night. Love y'all.
Peace out.